my aloneness. So like I had her at a distance.
Real quick, real quick though. You know, it's over. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good, queen. We won't get back to that because women are trash.
Yo, I'm the trash. Like, no, it's me. I'm the trash.
It's me. Right on cue live when we are live, and I have two guests in the room today. Introduce yourself, starting with Mrs. Trash. AKA
Toni Lavell.
Yes, sir.
I'm not trash. Onyx Teller.
Talk heavy. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. We're not trash.
Wow, are we
Women
starting
are
it off like this?
Back to the women being trash.
Are we starting it off like this?
Big fan.
Theory, which is a fact. But so to start, you know, niggas gonna nig for different particular reasons. And so I initially had a different setup for the episode, but people canceled one in particular. If you ever heard the Pure Perjury episode with my two god brothers, one of which nothing was planned or anything, came out as gay on the show, whatever. So I was never really sure how to bring him back on. And also I was really in shock in that moment. I was just like, And also, but a lot of people like, Q, why you didn't have no follow-up questions? Why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? And I was like, well, one, I was in shock. Two, I was like, not sure how to play it moving after that moment, whatever. And I've always kind of wanted to know how I can bring it back on. I thought this was a good opportunity to do it, whatever, but he ended up canceling. And, you know, I think possibly he was just uncomfortable with expounding further, which I can understand can be natural. But so with that being said, let's talk more about the situation of coming out. Or I know you like to say is like, didn't you have a different phrasing for it last time we seen each other? Like not coming out, but
I don't look at it as a coming out because I feel like coming out is more for everybody else and less about you. I just look at it like self-identification.
Okay.
So like identifying who you are and just accepting that with yourself.
And that isn't as important or a priority you think as telling other people.
Yeah, it's more important to me. That's the part that's more important than coming out to everybody else because everybody else can wait. You just focus on yourself.
And from what I hear from people is that a lot of times a lot of people never even have the conversation with the outside world. They're like, no, I am who I am. You can kind of, you know, put two and two together, but as long as I have my self in order and center.
I don't have a come out story. I've never came out. The only person I've ever came out to was my best friend. And I only came out to her because she had a crush on me, and I was like, girl, I am gay. So, sorry. It's not going to happen. But, like, everybody else, I never had to have that conversation because, one, come on. Two, it's none of your damn business. You should
was your demeanor, so to speak, the same at that point in time? Cause that's funny to me when the girl try to come at a guy and he be like, I'm clearly gay. What happened?
I feel like I was more flamboyant then than I am now.
Really?
Yeah.
So she really was just.
She was just
I don't care. I want you.
I want that one.
Yeah.
She must like flamboyant guys. I don't know.
Interesting.
I was like, girl, no. It's not gonna happen.
And
I wonder what changes that though.
What you
like,
mean?
You know, at one moment you said you was more flamboyant, and now you're like more like.
I'm still flamboyant.
Yeah,
but
you're
lesser.
You're less. Like what was that transition? Like,
I don't
what made
know.
the difference? Is it the self-identification thing?
I
you
think
just grow
so. I
into...
think it's you just grow into the person that you are.
Yeah.
TMI. I also identify myself as a bottom. I don't know if anybody know that term.
There's a difference.
Yeah, but so like I identify myself as a bottom. So like bottoms are stereotypically more flamboyant.
Gotcha.
So I was just like, all right, well, I'm walking in my bottomness. Girl, sit your ass down.
So would you say from your experiences, whatever, you can point out a bottom, and have you ever been or point out a top? Like, is it a method to the madness?
I mean, I feel like as you grow older, you grow less ignorant to that stereotype because I mean I know a lot of really, really masculine men who happen to be bottoms, and there's a lot of feminine guys who happen to be tops. So now it's just this. I don't know. I don't put that label on anybody anymore. Yeah. So.
It's like you can't.
Yeah, I'm in my business.
And you actually like women and men, just to make sure, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you typically like a certain kind of woman or a man, or does it vary?
That's hard because. I don't know. It just depends on the person. Like, I'm learning that it depends on the person. Like, maybe when I was just figuring things out, I had like a certain type where I had to, they had to be a certain way. Like I do find myself attracted to women who are in touch with their masculinity. Yeah, but then I'm also attracted to like feminine girls who have like who think like me, who dress similar to me. Like it's just a thing. Like it just has to have the person just has to have a thing. It's nothing that I'm like actually looking for. It's just something that I am attracted to. Like just naturally, just I gravitate towards.
What about a feminine guy? Would you date a feminine guy?
If we connected on that level, I would.
Has it happened yet?
No.
Okay.
So I can't speak for what hasn't happened yet. I can't say like if I would, if I wouldn't. Because at one point I never thought I would talk to a girl. I would never date a girl. So like you just come into self and you just develop these things naturally. It's not something you can control. So if a feminine guy and I are like, you know, connecting on that level and I find myself attracted to him, then what do? You know what I mean?
Do you consider yourself feminine or just flamboyant?
And I consider myself a little bit of both.
Is there an actual difference?
I don't know. Some people may say that flamboyantness is a difference from femininity. Did I pronounce that right? Probably did.
I already know I do.
But no, I identify those two as one and the same. So I mean, like Harry Styles. I don't know if anybody knows that singer Harry Styles, but he's considered flamboyant. He's from One Direction, and he's like he dresses more like I don't like those '70s rock stars. What's the guy name? Aerosmith and Mick Jagger. So people would consider them as a flamboyant. I mean, flamboyant guy. But not necessarily feminine.
Okay, I consider.
So yeah, so I consider myself both because I can dress very flamboyant and I can present myself very feminine.
That's interesting because you know it's typically that type of language you only use for men. But I just thought about it like my past dealings. I've definitely dealt with women that I wouldn't say they were masculine per se, but you know they had a little tomboyness in their style per se, whatever.
They were in touch with their masculinity.
I wouldn't. Who was looking those? But to my knowledge, I wouldn't say. 'Cause I don't think they even. I've never even heard them like verbalize it that type of way, or whatever. But you know, who knows? But at the same time though, I never took any of those particular girls seriously though, and I don't think I would be able to. I think just like my personal life, because I also have a thing where it's like I can mess with like a bunch of girls, but I'm only gonna take so many girls seriously with it. There's always a certain level of like we're not gonna go past this level. Right. But I don't think I could be with a tomboy on like a real level or touch their masculine side.
Everything isn't for everybody.
Of course, yeah.
So that the things that some people are attracted to, other people will be like, "What the fuck you see in that?" But that's individuality.
That's usually how my friends are with me because a lot of my friends they date a lot more masculine guys, and I'm attracted to feminine guys. I like my men to be gay. Okay. I have straight friends and I can't stand them. So, like, I don't want to be in a relationship with a guy who's super masculine. Like, I'm not watching basketball with you. I'm definitely not going to a game with you. We're not talking about this dumb shit. Like, I need to be with a gay guy. Like, I like my men to be feminine.
Interesting. So from what you've seen, I guess that's not usually the norm. Usually it's like kind of like opposite.
Yeah, it's usually the opposite. Like with my friends, it's usually the opposite. Like I know a lot of other guys who think the same way as me, but there's a lot of stereotypical gay guys who only go for masculine guys. Mask for mask.
Yeah. No
fats, no femmes, no Asians.
Do you think that's a thing? Like, do you think that says something about that person? Like, who's like, are they rejecting of it? It's like it's a thing that turns them off. What do you think that is?
I don't know. Honestly, I can't speak for it because I never thought in that manner. I've always been attracted to more feminine guys. I don't know.
Would also, so have you ever dealt with a girl that I believe I'm not sure of the wording or language, but like they don't really care about being pleased themselves. They just want to please the girl.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Do you kind of prefer that, or like you can't really?
No, I wouldn't. No, absolutely not. I feel like it should be a even exchange. Like I don't feel that. I'm not connected to having a relationship like that where someone just only wants to please me.
It's very one-sided.
Yeah, like
I don't want to say strange. It's interesting to me. I don't get it.
yeah.
I just learned the term today. Like I think they call themselves touchmenots.
Yeah.
I hate that. Whatever that means.
Yeah.
I hate whatever it means. But
I had a relationship with someone who didn't want to be like touched in certain places. Like she didn't really want to feel her feminine side. Like she didn't want to feel that way. She had this exterior
Feel
where
too good.
yeah, like she had this exterior where she was like, no, like that shit feel too good.
Touch me not. Touch me not.
Yeah, it was like I was just like, okay, but are you not a female? Like I was trying to embrace it.
Of course.
And she was like, no, like I don't want to be touched there. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck? What we supposed to do? Like, what you want? Like,
that's how I feel about, like, kind of in a different way. But, like, you know, a lot of men say, not a lot of men, but, you know, good amount of men say they will prefer, like, they could pick at a particular time. They prefer to get head versus having sex, whatever. And at least, like, I want, whatever. But me, like, I want to fuck. Like, 'cause to me, the full sensation or satisfaction is from, like, pleasing the girl and knowing that she's being pleased, and it's like it's a cycle of like I'm being even more pleased now. Yeah. Versus, of course, you know, a lot of girls enjoy sucking dick, whatever. But it's like, yeah, you can enjoy this. Like, it's not the same as me if you're having sex, though.
It's not.
So yeah. So that's why I be like, I don't see how y'all enjoy the head more. Like sex, like it's like I don't get so.
Yeah, I feel like it should be an even exchange for sure.
Another thing we talked about last time I seen you, you was doing a particular production, was men that go in and out of gayness. They dabble in gayness. And I'll
talk about that. Let's talk about that.
And we touched on, and the conversation went around to like men who consider themselves bi but not gay, you know, they really are gay, or men that would do certain gay shit and say I'm not gay. So expound on that.
Well, I can only speak on what I've experienced. So I have this tendency to always attract bisexual guys. Shut the fuck up. I don't know if anybody listening knows that me and Toni are best friends, so I've known this girl like my entire life. So I have this tendency like to date more bisexual men, and it's not like I go out and looking for a bisexual man, because that's not the case. They just so happen to find me. Yeah, it's just like a
gravitational.
Yeah.
Real quick, also, do you have a thing or a tendency or fetish to turn out straight, man? I hear that's the thing as well.
And I honestly don't feel like you can turn anybody out.
Oh yeah, not turn out, but like.
I want to talk about that. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, but that ain't what I do.
Gotcha.
I ain't into that. Like, I'm not about to. I feel like that's very predatorial. Like, why are you doing that? That is so wrong.
Like,
is it predatorial if they want to be preyed on, kinda like indirectly?
But like, how do you know that?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, like that's just weird to me. I don't fuck with that. But no, like I had this thing like in the past. So, like I dated a total of like 4 bisexual men in there. Every single last one of them now is either married, divorced, but they all have kids. And I frequently hear from a few of them, and like they haven't experienced gayness outside of our relationship. Supposedly, that's what they tell me. Niggas be lying. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a personal preference. Like if you got that out your system, then maybe you weren't gay. I mean, I was in a relationship. Like they can literally can say I was in a relationship with a guy once, but I'm not gay. It's like the whole tank thing. Like.
Yeah.
See, the tank thing got took out of context though.
Clearly, everyone did.
Yeah, like you know.
He wasn't talking about himself.
Right, and a lot of people don't even know that much. And I feel you're just trying to die on the hill of a joke and a lie. Yeah. Trying to defend men and shit, and kind of got out of hand.
Just like, that's not the hill you want to die on, but.
For sure.
But yeah, I don't know.
And before I go, I'll let you.
Honestly, like, what are we? I wanted to like speak on like people trying to turn other people out.
Okay, so all right, before we get to that, you really want like the whole clip off? We talking about men that dabble in gayness, go in and out, but you know, men that want to be bi but don't say they're men that are bi and refuse to say they're gay but probably are gay, and the men that do gay shit or bi shit.
I've never actually thought about any of that until like it's like more so like a lot of things are just being unraveled to me the more that I was able to identify with myself in that space. So now it's like a lot of things are just being like brought to light, and now I'm being enlightened on a lot of shit. So like that situation, like I've just heard of that, like within our friendship also, like like dating guys that did, like go back and forth. Like I've never had to actually think about it like, wow, that's really a thing. But I go back and forth, so like,
but
it's acceptable for women to be like, you know what I mean? Like it's so attractive when a girl is with another girl. It's like
so
like satisfying people's like, you know, fantasies. But like if it's a guy and a guy, it's all of a sudden like it's just a bad thing. So it's a lot of things that women who are queer get away with that.
And that women perpetuate more so. I'm not gonna say more so, but it is. I would also like to say like it isn't just men being fragile and toxic. Women do the same shit.
Yes, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
But like that, before we move, like that made me think like 'cause the last relationship I was in was like what 5 years ago. Probably that's why I'm still single. He considered himself straight, and we were in a whole relationship together, and he had a baby when we met. This bitch hated me, first of all. She hated me. She knew that he was dating a guy. But he got her pregnant while we were in a relationship. So, like...
Again?
Yeah.
The second time?
The second time. So, like, I don't know. One thing I do...
And he considered himself straight.
He considered himself straight. One thing I do hate is when a guy dabble like at the same, like I don't like when a guy is considered bisexual and he's dating a guy but still like in a relationship with a guy but still having sex with females and vice versa. I feel like it's dangerous.
But what if you're being safe about it?
And because you're just lying, like the other party doesn't know.
But I mean, like if you're being honest and safe
as in like using protection.
Yeah, and just like the opposite of everything you're saying is dangerous. Like, what if that was really the case where it's just like, oh, I'm attracted to this guy.
Use
I'm attracted to this girl. I'm intimate with both of them, and they know. Like, it's like beyond what you would deal with. I'm saying, like, you still just.
I'm very pro to each his own.
Okay.
But like with me,
no.
I don't fuck with that. No, you can't do it. Sorry.
Because you're gay, so you want to deal with a
then it brings
man,
up a whole lot of insecurities. I remember thinking, like, that whole time, like, well, clearly it's something I can't give, and that's
I can see that. Yeah.
Nobody going down that hill like that.
Yeah.
Or this is a woman and her man going to be with a
right.
man. So I can see her fucking her head up.
Yeah, and it legit fucked my head up 4 times.
Yeah, I put someone in that same space before where I was like within my very first relationship with a female, I was all over the place. I was messy. Like I
trash.
He brought up self-identification, and that's literally, I was just in a space where I was just like, I don't even think I was trying to figure it out. I was just like going with however I felt because it felt it felt good to just be able to like have this with this female and go back to what I knew and what I was comfortable with, you know. So like, I have my own like journey when it comes to that. So like outside of me, like I can completely understand, but everyone has their own way of going about things. But I definitely was like one of those people where it was just like I was it was just one female, but like it was guys that I was dating that I was interested in or that I just loved attention. Like I would just like go back there because it was what I knew, you know. I didn't have to deal with people judging me. I didn't have to deal with, you know, having to explain anything because this is what looked right, you know. This is the norm. Yeah, this is the norm, and that's what was acceptable. So yeah. One
of the funniest things. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
One of the funniest things I've heard from a girl is like, why the fuck anytime a girl says she's bi, nigga just think that means you get an automatic threesome.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like, you're right. Niggas do just automatically think that.
Like that?
So this, all right. Another point I made with me on the show one time. So I was like, so someone said on Twitter, and I agree with it. They said, imagine being with a bisexual girl, and that means you'll never have a threesome. It was something like that. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't mean if you're with a bisexual girl, that means you're like indebted. It's supposed to happen. But I feel as a straight man, you're going to think about it, though, more often than you with a straight guy. I mean, a straight girl. And people was like, oh, that's fucking toxic. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, yeah, but if you talking about just because you are bi, that means it's going to happen. It's like, no, I feel that's two different type of thoughts. Like, but yeah, definitely though. I think a man that has lesser, like his worst stuff is like, oh, is she bi? Oh, yeah, it's easy math now. Like, but back to the whole other topic. I didn't even know that was a thing either. And it's funny. I was talking to one of my friends, and he's like, he's an actor, so he's around like a lot of the arts and shit like that, whatever. And I was telling him, I just heard about, apparently there's like a thing, a culture of like men who are basically, by all accounts, gay, because they haven't been with a woman in so how long, whatever, but they just refuse to say it. They just like, it's more safe to say bi. And he was like, yeah, like, remember such and such? And I was like, oh, shit, like, I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that does make sense in hindsight. Like, so, yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing until,
Yeah, it's a whole
but,
situation.
like I told you last time, it don't make sense to me, because it's like...
It doesn't. I'm just really trying to, like...
Because the same homophobic people are going to be homophobic.
Hell yeah. But I guess I feel like it's less hard of a hit when you tell someone that you're bisexual, because it's like, all right, well, he still might end up with a girl. Yeah. So like, they're like, all right, they're more accepting of it, because that's like legit, like right before you get to gay, that's like the threshold. Like, all right, I'm just gonna tell everybody I'm bisexual. Everybody's gonna be fine.
Everything's all right. Everybody calm down.
I'm not fully gone.
I'm not gay. I'm just bisexual. Everybody can relax. And
I still look at women occasionally.
Yeah. And then,
just not exclusively.
That's
2 years
funny,
later.
because me and my mom just had this conversation in the car. Like, we were talking about, I think we were talking about my significant other, like current significant other. And no, you know what? My mom always goes to this thing where she's like snapping about like stuff that, like stories she hear about women and men. And she goes, that's why I'm not even gonna lie. That's why I'm so happy that you're dating girls. It just feels so much safer. And and she just goes on and on. And I was like, well, Mom, like, I do date men. Like, I will date a man again. Like, she said, so you telling me?
You sound just like her.
So you telling me that eventually you're gonna go back to men? I was like, I never left.
Right,
like, there's a thing. There's
hands still here.
Like,
I can
my toe's still in the room.
Yeah.
My pinky toe's still out there.
Best sex you ever had from a man or a woman?
All right, we gotta split this up. We gotta break this down, because like, I can't speak of it broadly. Best sex I ever had was from a man. The best head I ever had was from a female.
We take it. We take the L there. We take the L there. Yeah, that's cool.
Like, come on. It only makes sense.
No shame.
I feel like a female knows what she want to feel when she's like giving head to
That's
someone
what my
else.
straight ex-boyfriend said. Yeah. He said the same thing though. He was like, a guy know how to give
another guy, because it's like you
have that, so you know what you're doing.
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
Right.
But like, yeah. No guy has ever given me head like a female.
Damn.
Sometimes I think about like would a girl if my girl cheated on me with a guy or girl, would it be a lesser of offense if with a girl?
You know what's crazy about that? A lot of men like wouldn't really care. Like, I've dealt with someone who was like, I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, like, they don't feel, I think it's an ego thing. They don't feel threatened by another guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they feed off of that shit. Like, you like women. I like women too. Like, that shit is cute.
And I guess it will only start to kick in once, like, you start feeling like it's an affair. You ain't just cheating. Now she's spending more time with her and shit like that.
Yeah, it's also something with men in general. Not even gonna say in general, but it's something with some guys where they're like, oh, it's okay if you're fucking with a feminine woman, but the moment you're fucking with a masculine woman, it's like, no, I really had someone like, well, it depends. What kind of girl is she? It's like, wait, you was just cool. You was just cool.
Do they consider more masculine females that equal?
Yeah, like that's what I feel like, and that's probably why. That's probably their fucking problem. At the end of the day, they feel threatened by these masculine females. That's why they always talking shit. That's why they always saying that shit you using not real. You can't really feel that. Like it's always trash talk because you're intimidated. Like you feel some type of way. But when the girl is messing with a feminine woman, it's like, oh, like I said, it's like a fantasy thing. Like they're not threatened by that. So yeah, like men
be saying that.
Men are fragile.
You don't feel that.
You don't
feel that.
This is weird.
What you doing that for? You don't even feel that. It's like, why are you worried about it?
Ew.
I feel like that's a whole different world. I legit never asked you those kind of questions because I don't know. I just feel like that's a whole different world that I have no knowledge of.
Yeah. Well, I'm open.
And another token, back to like the whole gay shit. I mean, like dabbling in the gay shit. So this is why I don't understand, like, kind of back to like one of the first topics, because it's like, all right, you had a relationship with a man, cool, and you would say that person would say, 10 years later, I've never been with a man again. I'm clearly straight. That never happened again. But the way I understand it, though, if you had the impulse to do it, and that I will say also, one of the best things I've ever realized was bisexual. Like the concept of being bisexual is like, yo, it's like, yo, this is a safe zone. It's like there's no harm here, this and that. So it's like I just don't see how. I just don't see how the argument of, and again, of course, it ain't that deep. I'm not gonna argue someone down and hate you if you don't consider it. But it's like, yeah, just added like a pure like definition type label. It's like you had the impulse to do something with the opposite sex. Even if it was just one time, especially if it was more than one time, like a whole stint, like, shit like that, how can you be like, yeah, but I ain't never did it again?
Yeah.
And I saw when people say, oh, I only sucked a dick, or I only kissed a man, I ain't like it or something. And I'm like, well, I kissed girls I ain't like before. It wasn't like I don't like girls. I was like, I ain't like kissing her. I don't fuck girls I ain't like fucking before. I just didn't like fucking her. That mean I don't like fucking girls. I had the impulse to fuck her.
Right.
No, but I have to compare this to something. Why is it like that? Like, why is it like if you thought about it or if you did it, you're labeled this way? But like a gay man, some gay men have tried dating girls. You know what I mean? But they don't call gay men like, oh, you're bisexual because you had sex with a girl before, because you thought about it before.
But you're
automatically just gay.
Like, but
the same thing. That's just like the man stop.
But to me, I think it's different if you gotta like. Cause my guy was offensive, right?
Now it's different.
No, seriously, this is the way I understand it. My guy, or when you gotta come out, so to speak. If that was your norm and you were trying to figure yourself out with it, then you realize, wait, I didn't really like this shit the whole time. Shit always seemed off about me. Then once I discover this, oh wait, no, this seems right. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, and you never do it again, so to speak.
So you're still straight if you're a man that did that?
No, I think you gay.
So, but you just...
No,
because you stopped doing you were this wasn't right. You were doing shit for, till you were 16, 18, 25, whatever. And then you're like, wait, no, I really never felt right about it, or I was having sex with a woman. It's like, nah, this shit it wasn't always there. I had sex with a man now. It's like, oh, yeah, this seems right for me now, so I'm never going to do that again. So you're gay.
So you're gay, right?
You're gay. So you can legit flip that and do it the opposite. So, like, yeah, I have a friend who is flamboyant. So, like, because of his flamboyantness, everybody always assumed that he was gay. And I guess he heard it so much that he started to believe it. So he'd never considered himself to be gay. He, up until, like, a certain point, he never even dated a guy before. So he tried it. He was like, okay, I'm going to try this shit.
You know what?
And so he was like, I'm going to go on a date with a guy. And I didn't know anything about this after it was all done. And he went on a date with a guy. He dated a guy for a couple months. And then he, like, realized, he was like, this ain't it. I'm not gay. I'm actually straight. Now this nigga got a whole child and he's engaged. So it's like, you tried it and you don't like it. This is not for you. This isn't it.
Like, why aren't you?
Yeah.
Why is it not okay?
I feel like whatever you do, like
without
in the
label,
past.
though, like,
facts.
Why can't you just be without a label?
Yeah.
Now, that's also what I see things
well.
going towards. Is like, there's just no labels for anything, which is also fine.
I would love it that way. I feel like labels put so much control on things.
And also, I feel it makes people, you
Feel
know,
closer to understanding when they're already fixed on misunderstanding. So it's like, I'm good
and
with
less
it.
inclined to live their possible truths, because you're trying to stay bonded to something.
Yeah.
That you probably
But I
just,
was
"Nah,
speaking from the
I just want
outside
to color
world.
outside the lines, you know. Nobody say nothing about it. Just outside the lines. You know, it's over here, mind my business. Don't call it nothing. It's outside the lines.
Don't call it nothing.
Just grab different crayons.
Everything's fine here. Everything's fine.
But
No, but I mean from the outside world, like when it comes to, so there is a thing where you as an individual can go by labels because you feel some type of way about it, but then there's like outside validation where I'm going to call it this so that people can know what I am. Like it's a kind of a control thing to me. Like people want to, like I said, they want to be a little bit closer to understanding, but they're still fixed on misunderstanding. So it's just like, now I can just call you this because you have a label now. Like it's not, I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to know what it's about. I just can call you this because it just makes sense and that's what everybody else is talking about. Like, you know what I mean?
But I know last time we were speaking, and the one gentleman, he was saying that, you know, he said he had one experience, but he also tried to make the argument that, yeah, if a guys want to have a summer and just wild out and never do it again. I'm not sure if it was you. Maybe your other partner, not partner like that, person part of the fucking production. I think one of you kind of didn't agree with that stance in particular. Like, because there's like a fine line of like, no, all right, you had an experience, you did a stint, but then it's like, when is there like you're denying something, you're suppressing it though?
I feel like,
But I guess that's just a case by case to whatever individual is.
like where he was, I guess what he was saying was like, you've had this summer where you just like, I'm wild out and just do whatever. And I just feel like
Like,
at that point
Are you
where
playing
you're
with?
having multiple sex with multiple guys, my nigga. Like,
Now you're playing.
But now in September, I didn't like none of that shit though.
yeah, like, but no.
No?
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Call
Like,
it what the fuck it is at this point.
Summer's how many months? About 3 months?
That's a long
That's a
time.
long time
The summer.
to just be wilding out all summer for just fucking a bunch of niggas. And
Going back to female.
come September, you're like,
September,
"Cat,"
like,
you know, that's it. I'll catch
was
you
the
next
heat.
summer. Like,
It was
no,
the
no.
heat.
You may be bisexual and it's fine. It's okay.
Totally.
But I also feel like what that problem is, it's just the word has so much negativity attached to it.
Okay.
Yeah, the word gay has so much negativity attached to it. So I feel like a lot of people don't want to take on that title because of the negativity. Because I know for me, when I first heard of gay, I did not learn it from home. My mom didn't teach me it. I learned it from someone else. And so it was always attached to something negative. So before I was even able to identify as gay, I already attached that word to something negative. It's just like when you teach a child not to touch something hot.
Yeah.
You say, don't touch that, it's hot. Hot. So now they know that hot is bad. You don't touch hot shit. So like I was growing up like gay is bad, you don't touch gay shit.
Yeah.
So like when people who I guess not, I'm not going to say intelligent enough, who haven't had the
Open-minded,
experience to like expand their mind and learn beyond what they were taught, then they're always going to attach something negative to the word gay. So that's why they don't take on that title, because it's a negative content behind it.
Fair. I know you already answered this before. I'm not sure what your answer was. What do you consider yourself first? Queer or black?
Black, for sure.
Or woman? Did we do that as well?
Yeah,
Yeah, or-
he's
Yeah, so woman, black, or queer.
black first.
Okay.
I identify with my blackness first. I'm a woman. And I answered this differently before, but I really, now that I actually thought about it, because I never thought about it till I was
I
questioned
thought it was
it.
a very interesting
Yeah,
question.
that was a great question. I never thought about it. So, but like, through like observation and like how I am daily, I'm definitely a black girl first, black woman first, and then I am of other things. I'm a free being, and I don't like to be labeled. But if it gets people, like I said, people want to feel closer. They want to be able to understand or like they want things to be tangible outside of themselves. They want to be able to grasp you. So yeah, like pansexuality is a very new term that I had no idea about. But you know, there's
And what's that exactly?
pansexuality is like you're just a lover of all people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I don't know how other people identify
what
with
would be
it.
the difference between that and bi?
So bi is like you're attracted to women, you're attracted to men. Pansexuality is more of a what do you call it? Umbrella? Open. It's more of an open umbrella where you're just receptive of people for just who they are. So you could be like a pansexual person could be attracted to a transsexual man or a transsexual woman. Like it's just it's more broad than just a female or a man. And like when he asked if I would date a feminine man, I've never came across that like situation, but I'm very open to things regardless. So like I know as I begin to grow and be able to identify myself in a broad way, I know that I could never limit myself to just like, this female and this man. I'm just too much of a broad being to be limited to that.
Okay. Yeah, and when he asked, I'm pretty sure I said I consider myself black first, then a man, then straight. Straight was definitely last. But I think, what's black first? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said we got cuz, black.
I love that for y'all. I love that y'all identify as black first. I love that. Yeah, because walk in your blackness. Yeah.
The gay agenda. Dun dun dun.
Onyx knows what that is because he's a part of the gay agenda.
He's heading it. So it's fault. So this is what I find interesting about the gay agenda. Dun dun dun. The gay agenda might be necessary. The gay agenda has such, speaking of negative connotations, it's the negative connotation of the 20th century, shit like that. It's like probably the most evil thing in the world. But it's like, I can definitely admit that, being around queer people and seeing queer things on TV.
Pause. I love the fact that you say queer now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Go ahead.
Queer.
Wait.
Queer people and seeing queer things on TV and shit like that. It just being close to things, finding things tangible, and seeing that things aren't monolithic and shit like that. Just broadening your experiences, horizon things. You'd be like, all right, cool. Like, shit, this isn't the end of the world.
Because
it isn't something.
Once people show that it's okay, other people gravitate towards it. Like
and it becomes this less taboo thing. Oh my god. Niggas kissing. Shit like that. Like, once got How to Go with Murder got to season 3. All right, cool. All right, it's like that crazy. All right, they're gonna have niggas kissing every episode. All right, cool.
My pastor stopped watching that because of that. She was like, I can't watch this anymore.
The first time I done it was a joke. Whoa, they going in.
She legit stopped watching. She was like, I can't watch it. She loved that show. I guess she don't love it anymore.
I've never watched that. I've
It
never seen
used to be
one
elite.
episode of that.
It used to be elite. Then
It died down.
nothing lasts forever.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But I always think about that show. Like, I feel like before that show, it wasn't as frequent. Now I feel it's something queer on every show I watch. Whatever. And I don't want to say like that, like this is a bad thing, whatever, but it's fucking queer people in the world. So why shouldn't media reflect it? That's like, it's like, and queer people didn't come from fucking How to Go with Murder. Like, no, they were here first.
Yeah,
they were here already.
Yeah,
and the queer people that were in the 90s, when shit was super non-queer, they were there then too. So it's like it's not correlated. So that's why I don't get when people say like, oh, this is gonna do it. People were raised by straight parents, still turned out queer.
Exactly.
Still
And I love when I see stuff in the media that represents that, or like stuff in the media that shows like people complaining about gayness being on TV, and then they're like, but then this show definitely showed hetero people fucking kissing in the middle of, or having sex. Like, it's just like...
When I first saw Belly, I was horny.
It's really everywhere. Hetero shit everywhere.
It was hetero shit everywhere when I was growing up. I didn't have any representation whatsoever, so I did not know.
But no one was complaining. Nobody was complaining about
know,
that. It was never a problem.
But it's the heteronormative that it's pushed on us.
That's a good word.
Yeah,
like
it's that, and it's what the gay agenda is. It's basically combating that. It's like, all right, well, there's other ways to live outside of your heteronormative lifestyle.
Same way you want black people in the media, gotta be gay, gotta be queer people.
Exactly.
So
And it's crazy that people like really call it a lifestyle. I get so offended. I actually had to have this conversation before like with my mom. Like she wasn't the person. Actually, she was like for a minute she was like calling it a lifestyle, like, but she's like very accepting of it. She just doesn't know like what to say and what's like, you know, what's kind of like offensive. You know what I mean? So she'll like say something. She'll be like, you know, like in that lifestyle, and I'm like, Mom, like I want you to stop saying it. Like she'll say it like it's a good thing, but doesn't know that it has a negative. She doesn't know that it has a negative thing.
I think they say it just to make themselves more comfortable.
Yeah, to make it seem like you're. Yeah, that's why I said it. Like people want to label things and attach things just to feel like they're closer to it or closer to understanding it. Some people are fixed to just not getting it, and there's some people that just want to, you know, have it tangible. And I would tell her like lifestyle is not, you can't say that it is. Like when I think of lifestyle, I think of things that are like, I think of like a luxurious lifestyle. Like if a woman is luxurious, her house is luxury, her car is luxury, the way she dresses is luxury. Like you see that shit written all over her lifestyle. But like if you walked into my apartment or like Onyx house, you're not gonna be like, this some gay ass shit right here. That's some gay ass meal you eating. That's some gay ass, like you're not about to just say that to him, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not calling the way you love your husband a lifestyle. That shit is normal. I'm not calling the way you raise your children a lifestyle, because I'm doing this, like if I were to have children, I would be doing the same exact thing. My partner is just the same gender as mine, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's, how is it different? How now it's called something, but when you're doing it, it's just like it's normal. It's just like everyday life. We're doing the same exact shit.
I had some.
You know?
Yeah, I told someone I was going to have this episode, and he was like, "All right, make sure." Real quick, actually, let me give a tip. Funny story, right? Again, this is why I said these type of experiences, interactions, you know, brawling around and shit like that makes people more comfortable. I remember when I first met you at the Quiet as Kept shoot, and like I said, Tyreek, I've known for a while now, whatever. You know, me and him been around each other, shit like that. That was my first time I met you, I believe, right? So this is what. Shout out to Tyreek. Mm-hmm. And when I greet men, I typically do the shake, you know, the back hug, the shake hug shit, right? Yeah. Because I knew of you, I believe. I'm like, oh, he gay, he seemed kind of flamboyant. How am I supposed to greet this man? I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, this is that. Right. So I remember, you know, that day we didn't shake hands. I don't believe. Maybe we did. But, you know, since then, though, I was like, oh, wait. Just a regular nigga. Yeah. So, yeah, bring it in.
Break it in. 7 fucking brothers.
Yeah, like, break it in. But, like, just that impulse of thinking, like, I'm not sure. Or, like, or saying of, like, you know, I came across a butch woman. I was like, I typically hug all women with her. So I'm like, do I hug her? Like, do I give her that shake there? So I was just funny that I had that thought. But because I met you and had interactions, like, this nigga, like, it's no thing.
And I think that's what people need. People need those kind of interactions to, like, break them out of that way of thinking. So, like, you don't have to, like,
because what makes people think that they have to be approached differently?
Right.
Like, who made that a thing where it's like, what makes it different?
Well, I also want to make clear that, let's say, cause I would just, you know, there could be ignorance against speaking, but I would say some flamboyant men might not greet people like that with them. Mm-hmm. But also, I would say, will probably be important to know that if you didn't actually greet me like that, that's okay too. Mm-hmm. And again, it wasn't like I was scared to touch you. I wasn't sure, like, how should I greet him, whatever. Yeah, and I wouldn't have been like,
because it also depends on that other person too, how they want to be embraced.
You know? He might be like, all right, cool, nigga. And this is okay though.
Yeah, no, I'm naturally a hugger, but I also know, like, I greet straight men all the same. Mm-hmm. Like, I greet straight men with a handshake because that's how y'all greet each other. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't greet other gay men with a handshake. We're not dabbing. Yeah. We're hugging. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know. I guess, it's a language. Yeah.
Fuck, I forget.
That's how, like, when you see another natural girl, I'm like, yeah, girl. Like you just feel it. Like, like it's just like a language. Yeah, I feel you.
Transition. What were you talking about? Talking about the gender. Onyx trying to change the babies. Oh yeah. So I said So I told a girl I was doing this episode, and she said, make sure you talk about should gay people raise kids. Yeah. And I was waiting, like she said it real slow. So I'm thinking like, what's she about to say? What is it? And I was like, I mean. And I know I've had some ignorant ways and, you know, evolution. That's really never been one of the things I was like.
I want to hear why they shouldn't.
Yeah, and I was like, you really
love
think
to
they
hear
should? She
this.
said, no, I just feel like, And I made the same counterpoint. I said, what's the difference, though? Like, they're not going to change you. The person going to be gay, they're going to be gay.
Right.
Like,
I was raised by straight parents.
Right. Like, they tried all their might.
Like,
They tried all their might to make you straight indirectly.
They really did.
Right, and you still
They
turned
really
out how
did.
you turned out.
Yeah.
So what does that even mean?
Yeah. I don't think it's not much of a difference. Two men raising a child is not necessary. It's not gonna make that child gay or straight. It's
Because honestly,
no
if you're
difference.
loving your child regardless, then what the fuck does it matter?
right. I have seen that queer people who raise kids, like they raise their kids in a more free way than straight people. So like they allow their kids to explore beyond than what a straight
that's
straight couple.
I can honestly feel like that would make the difference. Honestly, I would
Also,
much
white
rather
people
have
do.
free
Free
parents.
but they also let their kids curse at them, though. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's another level. That's another level.
That's another level of acceptance.
Yeah, so.
I honestly,
thought you said.
no, I don't see how it could be. I would, if I had like open parents, I probably would have hit the being that I am right now way earlier.
Same.
Like, cause my parents, I'm nothing like my parents, spiritually, mentally, like emotionally, like I have parts of me that I don't even know where the fuck came from.
Same.
Like, so like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was I probably would have been more free earlier in time. So honestly, should straight people raise kids? What the fuck?
Hot take. They out here fucking us up.
Talking about the gay agenda.
Oh, it continues.
Talk about me.
Then they kicked it into a different gear. Like, give up all your kids to gay
Should
people.
straight people really be raising these kids?
More.
Look what you guys did to the world. Seriously.
I'm just
look
gonna
at
have
what you guys
12
did
kids.
to the
Oh, he continues shots.
Look what
Onyx
y'all
with
did.
14 kids or more. So speaking of our kids, so did you guys see the Twitter post? Maybe it was on Instagram, whatever, social media, where they said it was a campaign or something where they said boys can be princesses too.
I was gonna bring that up. That's crazy.
I saw.
I was thinking about that
So
when we were talking about feminine boys.
this is what I don't understand that actually. Like cause unless of course a boy say I want to wear a dress, but then at the same time I feel like what's the difference between saying no to that? Like you said though. Well, who knows? It doesn't matter. But like, so what's the difference between saying no to that and no to anything else? Though, like I was raised, of course, under certain toxic laws. But for the most part, no, you're a fucking child. You're not running shit here. Like, no, you can do this, you can't do that, whatever. No, you can't cut your hair bald.
Right.
And that's not damaging. No, you can't do that because you probably not gonna regret this shit later on, whatever. So like, I just don't see like what's the point of that and why is it even a campaign? Really? I just don't get it. So what's your thoughts on that?
I honestly want to know, like during the documentary, you asked something about when do you think it's okay to identify as like queer, and that's kind of where I'm going with this. Like, when do you allow your child to just be like free in who they're growing to be? Like, is that like when do you say like, all right, no, and or you know what, that's what you want to do, then do it. So like that's what I during that, like for that campaign, that's what I want to know, like what's wrong with it, and what if the child actually wanted to wear a dress? Do you tell your child like no because you feel some type of way and you feel uncomfortable with that, or do you just or do you allow it because they feel comfortable in it?
Right.
So like is it how you feel or is it how your child feel, or do they align?
Well,
Like, you know what I mean?
I can admit, because funny, you know, a lot of people two things. So I like initially, I don't kind of feel the same way anymore, but I used to say I wanted to have one. I was the only child. I can see myself just having one child. I feel only child is better than everybody. I feel we got an edge on all y'all. Only siblings. You 7 brothers, siblings.
I have 2 sisters.
All right, I'm ahead of both of y'all.
All right, okay.
Just mentally. But you know, whatever. So someone told me having an only child, that's selfish. And then some people also say, if you have no children, that's selfish. And I should be like, well, actually having children in general typically is narcissistic and selfish, especially when you have more. And I feel like most people naturally have children out of that narcissistic impulse, and it carries on through the parenting of it, whatever. So I can admit, definitely, me included, most parents, you would probably say the impulse would be no, because like, I don't wear a dress. Why are you wearing a dress? So I don't get it. So, you know, I'm not exactly sure how I would ultimately deal with it, whatever, but I definitely know my impulse to say no would be like, no. Right. Like, no. Like, I'm not familiar with that, this and that. Why are you wearing a dress at 5? I didn't think this. So I just think most parents are narcissistic in their parenting. And that's where a lot of their thoughts and shit come from. Like, you just want to control, but I didn't do it. Be like me. Be what I envision you as.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, when I saw the campaign, I was conflicted at first, mainly because of the wording. Like, boys can be princesses too. It's like, why would you say that? Just, like, no. But I'm also like, so as a child, I was told that I couldn't do stuff because it was girl stuff. Right. So like my first time in drag, I was about 7. I had a dress on. My brothers were pissed. And I just
found some clothes, put it on.
No, like I was playing with I have an older sister, and then I have a cousin. I wanted to put on a dress, so they put me in a dress, and they took Polaroids and everything. My brothers was pissed. I'm so mad we don't have those pictures anymore. Anyway, but like it made me think back to that. Like I put that dress on because I wanted to put the dress on, and that's probably what that is. Like that child wanted to be a princess. So like my mom adopted three of my cousins, and 2 of them are boys, but the oldest one, he likes to play with dolls. And his dad, he's still in the picture, but his dad like flips out every time he sees him with a doll. And it's just like, it's a fucking toy. Let him play with the doll.
Yeah, I couldn't get the pink Power Ranger when I was younger.
I had them all. It's a color. You know, the color pink was actually originally associated. Okay. Yeah, but like, so like that just makes me think of like that free thinking as a child. Like, I want to put on this dress. Are you going to like not allow this child to put on the dress because you have something negative attached to that dress?
Boy in a dress.
Yeah. So like, it's kind of like what Billy Porter said. Like a girl who wears pants is automatically a power suit. She's a powerful woman because she's walking around in a suit. But the moment a guy puts on a dress, he's weak. So it's just like, we got to flip this, and we got to allow kids to be kids, and clothes are just clothes. At this point. Right. I just don't like the wording behind it. Boys can be princesses because boys can't be princesses. The definition of a princess is great. So
it's funny you said that. A while ago on an episode, I had a conversation about do flamboyant men dress like women, or are they dressing like they want to dress, whatever? Just like the word and the verbiage of it. And the argument, the argument was like, no, like, you know, heels. Once upon a time, men wore it was the norm, shit like that. Where it's just because women wear it now, don't mean they dress like a woman. So, what are your thoughts on that? Like, is there such thing as dressing like a woman?
I feel like I actually, I don't know the whole like history thing. Like I do hear things like, oh, like dresses were originally for men. Like the whole. I was in fashion school, and we would go through like the centuries of like Mesopotamia, like all the kilts and the things that Kanye brought back out and how they used to dress. So like this shit is way past its time, you know. But honestly, when I think of a woman, I think of me, like how I dress and how I am and what I embody. So like that's what I would connect it to, because that's my perspective on it. But like Onyx said, to each his own. Like I don't give a fuck what you wear. You know, like whatever you feel is you is you.
I don't know. I think it can get tricky, because I have female pieces that I wear, but you won't really know that they're female pieces. So I think when we start to talk about like are you dressing like a female, I think of drag queens. Drag queens dress like females. So you're wearing an entire outfit that is made for a female. So I guess you would say that they're dressing as a female. But I mean, like, if you're taking bits and pieces of, like, female attire and male attire and you're combining it, you're just dressing the way you
you're
dress.
just dressing. I also feel like that's individuality
Yeah,
too.
it's just like
because,
how you present yourself.
I have on a male man's button up. This is Onyx's button up, actually. We traded button ups, and you see, like, I'm still sitting here in who I am.
What
Like,
you
know,
embody.
I'm who I'm embodying. So like it's whoever the person is, however they feel. You know.
Let's talk about toxic gay people. Because we always point a finger at all of us.
Why you point at me, though?
Because y'all be trash too.
Wow.
It ain't just women. No, but so.
It ain't just one. I'm gonna tell you another motherfucker.
Am I toxic gay?
No, but so the world of the toxic, because I've heard the argument of like, no, the whole space around the queer world, the queer conversation, a lot of things get set back or halted in certain capacities because, like, queer people can be toxic as well.
It's fuck.
Yeah, so speak on that and like in what ways.
So everyone knows that I'm walking in my truth of being a queer activist. I have honestly been attacked more by queer people than straight people. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we have a tendency to like bring each other down. And I think it's like, I always think about like how to feel superior, you always have to oppress someone else. So that I legit feel like it's always that case in the gay community. It's always a competition.
I'm sorry. You think that's true?
I do.
To
I
feel
feel like-
superior, you have to oppress someone else.
I feel like no, you don't feel like your highest self until you put someone else down.
I would think that's like white people shit.
Yeah, but
I feel like, I have this theory that I feel like white people are like a different kind of evil.
They
Well,
are.
evil white people are like a different
They
kind
are.
of evil.
They definitely
Because it's like, everybody's racist, probably. I feel black people are the
Probably.
superior race.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, that don't mean I want to kill all the other races.
Right,
That don't mean
right.
I want
Yeah.
that. For me to feel, I really say that's why I thought it was interesting. I feel like all the other races can still coexist. Black people still gonna just be the shit no matter what, though.
this is fact.
Yeah.
But I feel like the evil whites still feel like, no, we can only feel like with this shit if y'all don't exist, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought-
crazy. That's
That,
was
and
interesting.
that's a lot. That's how some gay people think. So a lot of gay males. I don't want to speak for females, but a lot of gay males are very, very cruel and rude to trans people. So to feel like they are that bitch, they have to put someone else down. So I just have this theory, like, to feel superior, you're going to oppress someone else or make someone else feel like down here, so you can feel like you're up here. But with the whole toxic gays thing, I don't know. I always associate it with the internal homophobia because it is a thing, and I feel like it's a battle within itself. I feel like we're never going to grow as a community. We're never going to reach the peaks that we want to peak because we have this. It's always in competitive nature. Like, you don't want to root for someone who's doing something that you could be doing because you identify with that person. Like,
So basically, y'all got the same issues black people got as a whole.
Pretty much.
Just on a lesser level.
Yeah. Just like you see yourself in another. Like, I'm pretty sure that people see me and be like, this F word. I could be doing the exact same thing. No, I'm not going to support him because what the fuck? Why would I do that? Like, so we have that in the community.
That definitely sucks to be like that within.
Yeah.
And have that project outward to other people and how you treat them. That's definitely a thing. I only see this on social media, like where the community is being like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like criticizing other people in a community for like
Counterproductive.
yeah, like just for just doing things like that they, like you said, that they could be doing or that they fear doing. And I think I always feel like everything starts within, and that someone who's insecure about themselves and not able to be themselves or identify with themselves, they see other people doing it and they feel, threatened. And I just feel like it's all about inner work. And while when you're working on yourself, you just become more accepting. of who you are and what you lack, where you lack, and acknowledge where you lack, and you're able to feed and pour and water that space. But some people don't. Some people just go directly outward with what they're lacking or
and
what
some
they
people
don't
are
have.
legit just fucking negative.
Yeah, negative. Like, even to themselves, those people are probably feeding themselves negativity all damn day for comfort. For
familiarity.
yeah, just to,
cycle of it.
yeah, that's just how
That's
some
why I
people
would never
work.
understand a gay, any queer person that follows the shade room. Like, I don't. Why would you want to see? Why? Because I feel like the shade room.
It's funny. So I never, cause I never indulged in the shade room.
Me either.
But I hear about them being anti-black. So I haven't
They're
never
also
heard about this
anti-gay.
side of them being so they do.
They
a lot of
actually
shit like that.
they post shit for comment sake. So like
Like
anytime
they would post that boy and princess shit.
yeah, they would have posted
Boys to be
that
princess.
just to open the conversation and to welcome
Just to
this
be
negativity.
toxic.
Anytime I see that they post Dwayne Wade's son, I know what the comment section's going to look like. So I always like, why do you post that, and why do you follow that? Why do you want to read that? Because it can get in your fucking mind. It makes me upset.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't follow it. So like, people legit feed themselves that negativity. Don't know why, but they feed themselves that negativity, and they pour it out
The
into the rest of the world.
results.
Yeah,
That's the results.
yeah.
What was I about to say? So do you watch straight porn? I had a conversation recently, and we had a running joke narrative about
Wow.
about a lot of women enjoy watching gay porn.
I
or
know.
whatever.
A lot of women that watch it.
Yeah, and that was really interesting to me. In not just watching women, but watching men fucking. I was like, whoa, like
I
that
was like, whoa.
yeah, like really, like
I dabble in straight porn.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like, that's crazy.
Because even me, like I don't watch.
I mean, I'm not shocked.
I don't watch lesbian porn. Like it's not really my thing.
I know a lot of straight guys who don't watch lesbian porn.
Yeah. Even if I was in a room watching, like, I know somebody like, yo, I would just like love to watch my girl with another girl. Fuck no, I don't watch that shit. Like, I'm not involved.
No.
But I was talking to a girl recently, and she's like, yeah, so, I had a side chick for a while, and my husband think, he was cool with it, this and that. And I was like, what? Like, why the fuck would I? No, if I'm not involved, this shit, it's just hell. This is chalked.
Yeah,
So,
but I've watched.
the thoughts of me aren't just.
But my porn library is it's pretty
Broad?
extensive. Yeah.
It's extensive.
It's extensive.
I like that.
It goes
Options.
into different peaks and valleys.
Avenues.
You got options.
It depends on
This
what
turn right here, like.
It's like things I
This
feel
for
like
Tuesday.
porn is
This for Tuesday nights. Let me say this for next week.
I got work in the morning. I got work.
It's
This got
Friday.
weekend work.
It's
This too. I
Friday.
can't do this on a weekend.
Friday.
Gonna put me down.
I ain't gonna wake up tomorrow. I gotta
Put me
relax.
down.
I need some recovery time.
Fuck up. So no, I feel like porn is that safe space that you get to live in, like shit that you wouldn't naturally do in your sex life.
Do you agree with that? I usually hear that sentiment from women. They say, "Yeah, I like to watch shit that I would just never do or
Yeah.
think to do." Like,
I don't know, because I feel like if I'm watching it, I'm going to want to try some shit.
I agree.
Like, I don't feel like I will be like, oh, I'm just going to watch it. I'm going to want to experience it, too.
Not me. No.
No, not at all.
Not
I don't think
me.
so. No, I don't want to dive into a vagina. I have this weird obsession with what? Okay, this is so much. Watching straight men eat out women. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Okay.
Don't ask no questions.
Okay.
I'm just going to say this and we're going to
Ain't
move
nobody
on.
business.
I
Ain't
would,
nobody business.
I would never do it, but I don't know. It's good to watch.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay, I can understand that being like, oh, something I want to watch, but I will never care to do.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've heard a girl say, "Yeah, I just want to watch men fisting a girl."
Not into that.
Or
No.
like, watching
That's not
gang
what I do.
bangs. I would never. I'm just like, anything I'm watching, I either did or I'm trying to do. Like, it's like that's.
Right. But
Yeah.
I always associate like straight men in porn to be like this really narrow world.
yeah,
Shots.
Yeah.
Pow, pow.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like y'all.
Y'all got
Sometimes y'all think very narrow. So like I would think that y'all porn would, represent that, right? Yeah, I'm sure.
That's why you go to the other side sometimes. Like oh yeah.
Y'all not wild enough.
I I mean, hey, best sex came from a man. We held it down.
Yeah.
We held it
But
down.
it was from a female.
Hey, you can't win them all. But we
can't win
won
them all.
something.
You can't win them all.
Yeah, okay.
You can't win them all. I watch lesbian porn and I watch straight hetero porn.
You watch porn?
Which do you watch more? Is it if
I
you had a pie chart? You think? Come on, hold it down for the man.
Well, on
Come on.
Wednesdays.
Mm.
It's like, I'm just kidding.
Hump day. Let's see. I
don't know. That's crazy. I want to say,
Come on.
I'm a little. All right, so let me tell you something. So I think it goes with whoever I'm dating at the moment.
That's interesting.
Cause sometimes when I'm dating a female, I want to watch lesbian porn. I guess I'm just
You in
that's
that
my
mode.
daily. That's what I'm feeling. And then when I'm fucking with a guy, I want to watch straight porn. So just kind of feeding what
Gotcha.
I'm feeling
Yeah,
right there. I'm watering where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm watering where I'm
I'm
at.
with you. I'm following.
Shut up.
Do you interracially date?
I just had this conversation the other day.
Wow.
I just had this conversation the other day.
So, I don't want to say the first name. I mean, no.
Okay.
I've dated someone outside of my race before, and honestly, I'm still an open being. So it's like, if I'm connecting with someone, at some point, I mean, I'm not really going from surface level point. I'm not gonna go straight to them.
Got you.
Not really.
They don't typically be on the radar.
Yeah, they're not who I'm looking for. Of course, I'm attracted to brown motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Talk heavy.
I'm attracted to brown
The
motherfuckers.
superior
you
race.
know
Come
what I'm
on
saying?
now. Let's talk heavy here.
Let's just admit it.
Yeah, Black agenda.
But
Dun dun dun.
but I've found myself connecting with someone outside of my race. So just like I said earlier, if I find myself connecting with this person and we're vibing, we're cool, and it just falls into that. It falls into that. So, but as a surface level thing, they're not who I'm not really attracted to.
Gotcha.
It would definitely be an inner thing. But they would have to be I would have to be attracted to them, of course.
Who's your favorite white crush?
That's a good ass question.
While you ponder,
All right.
have you dated?
I have not dated someone outside of my race.
Black Kings.
I've talked to someone of Puerto Rican descent, but that's the farthest I've ever went. I've never dated a white guy, mainly because I find white gay men to be problematic. So yeah, there's this cultural disconnect that I wouldn't be able to look beyond. But other brown people, I would probably.
So nobody's off, no chance.
Maybe Asians.
Racist bitch.
I don't hate Asians. I love the way he dress.
He doesn't hate Asians.
I don't know. I don't think I would be able to date an Asian.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do y'all think Asians' privates are small? Cause I heard that my entire life. I heard that they are not packing.
I heard it was what's the word I'm looking for?
Rice, shrimp.
No, I heard it was oh my god.
Sorry.
What's the word? Shrimp. Silly me.
I heard it was a stereotype that was placed on them by the white man.
That's funny you said that. So another theory about white people I had, besides them being evil a lot of times, it's something about white people that just makes them, toxic moment, queer. I'm gonna say I didn't say gay. White men, it's something about them they find too much gay shit funny. They do too much gay shit. And even the fact this whole slavery, all this gay stereotype shit started from slavery, enslaving black men, and I can just picture all these black men.
Yeah.
This nigga's dick's big as shit. Oh wait, now we going, and then it's not even they just the fact they be doing, they play into it and then self-deprecate where they be oh, his dick way bigger than mine. Oh, my girl fucked a black guy. Whoa, it's oh, niggas really weird.
Yeah.
And So yeah, that shit's weird to me. Like something wrong with white, and the fact that a lot of them be dirty too. I don't fucking know what that race. So from the Caucasus Mountains, I don't know what the fuck was going on in the mountains.
Sex with animals, shit.
Yeah, like they just different. It's something with the DNA.
They're very queer.
Yeah.
I work with a guy who's a white guy he's straight, and up until he said he had a girlfriend, I just automatically think that he was gay.
Yo,
I wasn't like flirting with him or anything like that.
Same.
But like,
so still wait, I know.
Yeah,
You're like, what girlfriend?
He was talking about something. He was like, yeah, I helped my girlfriend move the other day, and I was like,
what?
girlfriend?
Yeah. Oh.
Duly noted.
Cool, great.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
That happened to me too before.
Yeah, allegedly. But yeah, they're very very queer.
Yeah, and it's like so.
Like the whole slapping each other's balls and like I don't do that. I know a lot of other gay.
Literally, only straight white men do that shit. Like,
I'm
no
not
gay
touching
man
my
do that
friend's
shit,
balls,
bro.
Like you got that dog, but yeah, no, they're queer.
It's weird, but yeah. So I don't fucking know if Asian niggas dicks are small. I don't fucking know. But I'm sure like when they say stereotype probably come from real places. Probably if you did a percentage of the world, black men probably got the biggest dicks percentage wise. I mean, all black men got big.
And so Asians have the little ones.
They probably most of them got small dicks.
Wow.
Whatever. Like, they still making kids.
Now I want to date an Asian just to see if
You gonna be an anomaly.
If
be out here.
That penis is small.
Does size matter?
Whoa.
Excuse me.
Whoa. Now she pot. She got questions.
Size do matter.
That's your sheet, Skill.
Wow. That's why she asked. She's like, that's your top? That's what you coming with?
Let me see that, John.
No, but
You need more,
yes,
King.
size matter. Too big is too fucking big.
Oh.
That's just that on that.
But if it's small,
Too small is too small.
All right, but not too small, not too much
What's
or less
small?
of anything. What I want to know.
What's small?
Yeah, like.
Anything under 7 is small. No,
Would you take
anything under
something
6.
small? Would you be okay with something small that actually works
Because you
well?
married a small.
Could I? Well, I would just.
That
have
works
to be,
well.
I would just have to be the one laying a pipe.
Works well as in stamina.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah, like, does the size?
Well, you're right because the best sex I've ever had was with the smallest penis I've ever had.
See, that's what I mean. Like, does the size really determine
How about you, miss?
How great the sex is? No, it doesn't.
Really?
No.
Is it because just the stamina can keep up and it can compensate for it?
I think it's just.
And you got good
depends
head,
on
I suppose? Like,
No, like outside of the head. Outside of the head.
relax.
We talking about
I'm still calling her over here. She gonna finish that job. Don't you have to worry about that.
Stop pushing it.
That's outside of your job description.
You might fuck this up. No, I just think, like, regardless of size, if it just feels right, if everything is going right, what the fuck is the problem?
So I guess you had a dick before that you looked at, you was like, I'm kind of underwhelmed. But then you're like, wait a minute, this feels right.
No, like I said, I'm just open, so I'm just thinking about other things.
So that never happened to you though?
I mean, it wasn't small. It wasn't.
But you was like,
But,
He's like, I'm not excited.
but
He's like, I ain't hyped for this, but
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
or maybe because
Pleasantly
I was comparing-
surprised.
Maybe if I was in that space, I probably was comparing it to something else. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just like I was taking it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably comparing it to something else. Like, oh, this is not as big. But
Previous
I can
king.
work with it.
Same.
Previous king.
But yeah, that's kind of like when the best sex that I've ever had. The first time we've ever had sex was horrible. It was
Wow.
it was trash. Like I legit got up, like I have to go to the bathroom, and like came back fully clothed. So that's how bad it was. It was just like we're not gonna do this anymore.
No, we're not gonna do this anymore.
But I also liked him, so it was like I was
The connection.
interested in doing it
also-
again.
That's a fact though.
Yeah, I was interested in doing it again, and surprisingly enough, the second time was a lot better. But he was also bisexual, so I feel like
Fucking vibe,
he
man.
knew it.
Agenda.
He knew how to use a
My
penis.
agenda.
So
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah.
That's right.
Wait, what
First time.
happened?
He was bisexual, so I always associate bisexual men who actually know how to fuck because
Wow.
they had the task of pleasing a woman.
They have to please. though.
First time me and my girl had sex, it was trash. It was my fault though. Like I fumbled.
Oh, it
like,
was your fault.
yeah, nutted kind of fast first time. And I mean, I hang my hat on my stamina. Like it was a bad night. It was 15 points in the
Do
game.
men feel do they feel defeated when they
Not
come
bad.
fast?
Are you
So-
asking me? Or are you asking that straight guy?
Like I've experienced a man who did feel like, yo, what the fuck?
That time, literally, like, it was like my shit wasn't even staying hard. It could be. It was just an off night. I was trashed that night.
I experienced the off night like that before.
It was just
like,
weird. So, but second time, you know, got the head in the
and
game.
it's awkward when you're the other person because you're like, what the fuck? Did I do what I want?
And it was so funny because like not too long before I was talking, my few of my friends were having a conversation. And when my man said that happened to him, when I was laughing, I was like, what the fuck, what nigga? Like fucking hard, like what? And I was like, wow, karma's a bitch.
It is.
Like this is wow.
I've never had that experience. I've never like.
My man.
Yeah, I never.
Shit.
I never. But I did in the middle of sex.
Wow.
Before.
Nah, that's different.
Yeah.
No, that's different. That's
it was
different.
like smack there in the middle.
Wow,
And it was just
I
like,
remember this story.
And it would not go back up. And I was just like, all right, well. And it wasn't like I wasn't like attracted or turned on. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah, it happens, man. We have offshoot nights.
I know, and I was like, I was legit one of those guys. Like, this legit never happened before.
Yes.
It's never happened to me before.
But real quick, earlier you said cause you said typically you're a bottom, but if he,
I didn't say that. What you talking about?
did you say he was a bottom?
No, I said I used to.
He used to identify as a bottom.
Yeah.
That's what he was.
But you're
saying.
not anymore. Okay. Cause you said if he had a small dick, you would do it. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
My mistake.
yeah.
But
Does that fuck up your question?
no, and then also we was talking about the stamina. Oh, yeah. Did you ever answer? You did say the size, man, about the connection, whatever. Okay, that's right.
You got a good memory because I wouldn't remember none of that. Like, all right, let's start over.
All right.
Let's start back.
So back to my godbrother, right? So he's supposed to be here.
We're talking to Toni, Lavell, and Taylor.
Trash Toni Lavell.
Quiet as kept. But yeah, I like. So, coming fast. So I would say, from what I heard from girls, because yeah, every time I fuck, the first round isn't just crazy, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I've heard from girls, and I can be a testament that long as you stay hard, though, it's cool. Would you? So it's like, do the nut really matter if you still hard? So it's like, yeah.
Like, what you mean? Wait, go back. Dial back.
So, for instance, sometimes I'm fucking, the first round, it might come faster, no pun intended, it might come faster than other rounds. But either way, I'm still be hard. We can keep it going with it.
Exactly. Like, it's still time. It's still more space and time for us to do what we're doing, right?
Yeah, we keep going.
That's why I agree. Okay, yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you bust and you just literally out of commission for like an hour or something
and we can't start back up, then you fucking with my...
Yeah, so then I can see why you be, Or, you know, certain dudes say, I'm one and done that night. Like, it's over. I bust, you know, whenever I bust. And the girl say, even if you fucked for 40 minutes. Nigga, no, we got to go again eventually. How about you? What's the perfect time?
I don't know. Like,
and do you like breaks? When girls say like breaks, I'm not with the break shit.
Sex?
Yeah, hell, I'm not with the break shit.
no, I'm not interested. I mean, if we're done and then we break, take a nap or some shit.
It's a difference,
and wake
yeah.
up, then that's
I
like,
agree.
all right, I can fuck with that. But like, what? No.
What's too long?
What's too long?
Yeah.
Like to go have sex? I don't know. I need to pay more attention to that because I can just like.
So the sun is up?
Like,
Do you guys have time on that?
I never like actually timed anything.
I think an hour is easily too long.
Maybe that's
Like for like one session, like nothing stopped, anything. I think it's like.
Do you include foreplay in that hour?
I would.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole.
Yeah, an hour for everything. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Yeah, because you done bust a few times, but after that, you was being greedy. Like, no, I'm good. I know I done bust by this. So it's like,
I
yo.
feel like about 45 minutes is okay. Like, come on now. What else do we got to do here?
What else we got to do? You disagree, though?
No, I've said 45 minutes before. I was at brunch, and I was attacked when I said it, because it was like, that's too fucking long. And I'm just like, what?
I feel
What
like
are you guys doing? Like, how long is yours? Like 20 minutes? 15 minutes?
You saying you can't get the job done in 20 minutes,
like,
though?
But, I mean, is the job really getting done in 15 minutes?
I get the job done in 20 minutes.
That's very possible.
You think?
Thank you,
That's
Queen.
very
Thank you, Queen.
possible.
Get the fuck
They
out.
ain't Queen.
All right,
I'm gonna head out. All right, moving on. Dating apps. I hear these gay dating apps, it can get kind of real, kind of toxic, super toxic.
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
I
I said that
don't know
earlier.
anything about gay
When I
dating
said it
apps.
earlier, when I said no fats, no films, that it comes from dating apps, the gay dating apps. We have Jacked, we have Grindr, we have
Never heard about Jacked.
Adam, BGC. It's a whole lot of them.
What that
I'm
stand
not
for?
Black Gay Chat.
Oh.
I don't partake in any of them.
I was about to ask, you got one?
No, I don't partake in any of them because of that toxicity that it's associated with. And plus, it's like super, like sex driven.
Yeah, I hear y'all be going super hard.
Y'all?
It's the world. It's like
Yeah,
y'all be getting
Yeah.
to fucking.
Yeah, like
it's
they
just-
like legit only go on there because like, all right, I'm only on here for one thing.
Shut up, podcast.
I'm only on here for one thing, and that's what I'm on here for.
I ain't gonna lie. Like Tinder kind of really popped off after I got in a relationship, and I've always think like, yo, like if we ever break up, I gotta see what
You're
this is
gonna go
about.
right make the Tinder.
I never been on it. That's what I'm saying. I never even experienced it. But the idea that I could just be swiping,
Yeah.
and then I swipe with someone, and they just want to fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, this sounds amazing.
I always associate them with, but they're all in my mind are hookup apps
Mhm. Right.
because I don't know anybody who's formed a relationship
Right.
from any of those apps. I mean, I know people who
Yeah,
formed
it's
a
just, like,
relationship
fun.
on. Yeah, like I know people who formed a relationship off of Twitter.
Of
But
course.
like,
Yeah.
do you guys consider Twitter a dating app?
It can be.
Definitely can be.
It can be, but I feel like that's not what people are on there for.
Yeah,
so
not the
it's,
primary,
yeah,
like-
so it's not like.
I mean, for some people it is.
Yeah.
Niggas just
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
day just DM fishes.
Yeah.
And we see it happen. Like people post pictures like we start off
Mhm.
And
Twitter.
then, yeah.
Like we start off in a DM, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I just
I don't
don't.
know.
I don't. Yeah, no, I can't.
I feel like when social media was like just starting to be a thing, everybody was trying to talk to people on there. Like it was legit a thing. I was dating.
Like,
was
I
talking
can
to-
just talk to any
Yo,
girl.
But that's
like,
kind of
I
like
was
how
like,
the party
It
line
was easy. It was so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Now that shit is weird. Don't DM me. Don't DM me.
Half the
I
girl
don't
bios,
like
don't DM. DMs closed.
DMs closed. These DMs are closed. But
These
yeah,
DMs
no,
are
the
closed.
gay dating apps can get really intense. So I don't go on there.
Would you just say you would go on what? What is it?
Tinder.
Yeah,
Tinder?
I'll be intrigued. I want to see what it's about. I was like, of course, I ain't just fucking anything. Standards not go out the window. But I'm just like, so you tell me, is this easy? I could just keep swiping.
Would you go on there to look for a relationship?
Yeah,
or would
that's
you
what
go on
I'm-
there
Fuck
just
no.
Exactly.
What? I mean, but if we fuck and we just a click. I mean, it's a connection. Hey, who
Right.
knows? But sweetheart, yeah, I'm here.
Would you?
I'm here for one reason.
Huh?
Would you?
Would I go on there?
For like a real relationship, would you go on? Like, would you?
No, that's not the first place I
I ain't
would
never
go
been
to.
that low.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say.
Whoa!
I'm gonna say low. No,
Shots, yo! I ain't never been that
I
fucking
ain't
lonely.
never been that lonely.
Hell no! I go to the
Like,
other
I-
side for the. Like,
Tuesday. What
yeah,
you talking
but-
about?
That's the option.
yeah.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean,
Losers.
I personally have never felt like I've needed something that bad to
Yeah.
create like a platform where I'm searching for it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm just too much of a present person where I'll just rather just go out than create
Or just
something
be
like
by
that.
my motherfucking self.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
shit happened to me today. It's like,
So I have this theory, toxic moment yet again, that 99.9%
oh god.
of women are queer. I don't know what percentage of men it is, but I would say less. Or me, when I say queer, meaning they've done some queer shit before.
Or want to.
Or want to. The thought.
Yeah.
And meaning most likely they'll do some shit before. Or they'll do some shit eventually. You know, you grab some titty, you done suck some titties, you done play with some pussy, had some pussy in your face. Or y'all did all type of shit, whatever. I had a girl here really say, I visualized me putting a strap on and fucking a girl. Hilarious to me. I was like, I mean, like you can. And I break down percentages as a joke, whatever. You above 50% gay. But so what are y'all thoughts on that? Y'all say it's equal? Am I saying anything? Whatever.
No, I agree. I feel like it's more of a normal thing for females because it's not necessarily a negative content placed behind it.
Mhm.
So they have that freedom to explore their sexuality.
Absolutely.
So yeah, they will, in my mind, will initially be, more queer.
Okay with it and
Yeah.
like open with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like people fucking walking around kissing their own friends, like, cause it's cute. Like, you know what I mean? Like, posting videos and shit, like, doing stuff because they know other people are okay with it. But if it was, like, a thing that people wasn't fucking with, people would not be so, like, broad about it. Like, you know?
If we would have started this whole existence and being and what we are now with placing the same stereotypes on females as we do as men, it wouldn't be looked at as this.
And I guess because it's all stemming from the patriarchy. You know, men are fascinated by a gay girl. Here's a girl I follow. I'm about to unfollow her something. She's following annoying. Cause like she just constantly just be posting bitches all day. Like, bitch, I don't believe you gay for real, bro. Like you just like
you trying to prove.
Yeah, you trying to entertain your male follower. Like, oh, I'm at a strip club again, guys. Ass in front of me. Like, bitch, fuck somebody then. Like,
go fuck her.
Impress me. Like, that not be impressed. Like,
I'm not impressed until I see you fuck her.
Exactly. Like, I don't believe you. Like,
we don't believe you
at all. But so I guess the implication is that if it was more accepted, that it would be equal for men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely feel like that.
So what is it about the impulse that, you know, so I guess it comes back to that, it comes back to that everybody's fluid?
Yeah, I feel like
subconsciously?
I really do feel like, I can speak for a female that once only dated me.
Women look way better than men, though. Like, women are beautiful. Men
Women
are
are so
trash.
beautiful. They are.
That could be the straightness speaking.
I'm not saying men are trash.
I see why. I see why women want other women. Y'all look amazing.
I get that.
It's weird because I feel more and more.
I get that.
I feel more and more attracted to women, like broadly, like, and then it'll be like a male here and there that I'll be like, oh, he cute. Like, so like, I went from like being attracted to men, like all outer.
You got that bomb head.
And
like,
then, then when I started dating women, they became like my main attraction. Now it's like the man has to have like this crazy thing for me to be like, all right, like not even a crazy thing. Like I'm not going to say it takes so much.
It's just rare,
but it just has to be a thing that I'm just like, all right, I'm attracted to this guy, where a woman can like just be dressed a certain way or like talk a certain way or just be a certain being where I'm like, wow, I connect with this person. Some men are just exhausting as fuck. Like they're exhausting the personality.
This
like
woman got something. Like,
a
woman got a nerve to say that men are exhausting.
Honestly, I feel like I encounter more females who are like me than men. So that's why I feel like I connect with females more now, because I feel like once I became very like this open being, I was able to connect with more people in that way. I like connecting, and a lot of men don't have that for me. Like they're not as open as the females that I know. You know what I mean? It just comes in a complete different physical form, and then inner self as well. So it's just a lot of things that come into play when it comes to me and my connections with females and men. So that's why I feel like it's okay for females to be like, well, I feel like it's okay for men too, but
why it is currently more accepted.
Yeah, like that's my perspective. I just connect differently. I connect differently, so yeah.
Niggas trash, gotcha.
Niggas be fine. That's all I got to say. Like legit.
Oh, so just keep thinking about your white crush.
Oh,
So
yeah.
since niggas be so fine, what's some of your celebrity crushes?
Michael B. Jordan.
Girls turn to him, so he up for the taking now.
Yeah. He doesn't date black girls though.
True.
Frank Ocean.
The savior.
He doesn't date black guys.
Really? Damn. All right, you 0 for 2.
I know. Who else? Ooh.
This is crazy. I don't think I have a white crush.
I think that's
so
superior
hard.
race. That's cool.
That's not talking.
Not even women. Nothing anymore.
I'm trying to think. Like I feel like I did have like a female white crush, but she probably was somebody I watched on a show.
I got you. Hold on. Boom.
Or something.
Anne Hathaway.
No.
Scarlett Johansson.
No.
Angelina Jolie. Come on now.
She fine. She is. That's one fine woman.
We take it.
But
Prime
like,
Angelina was different.
Yeah, she was. I don't know about the bitch today.
I don't know about the bitch now, but she was cool at one point. No, she is very, very attractive. I would say that. I can't really think, like, no one really comes to mind when I think about, like, white women or a man that I would be attracted to.
Hey, trash, cool.
But yeah, that's my
and all
top three.
niggas you like, they don't
Why
like
you
white
ain't,
people. So.
why you ain't ask him
About women?
What?
about somebody white?
My white crush?
Yeah.
Yeah, who your white crush?
Troy Sivan.
Oh, who that?
Yeah, who's that?
He's just like this little white twink singer. I'm interested in twinks. Not
Twink?
white twink.
Definition of twink. Tell us.
So it's kind of I don't remember the whole acronym. It's teen, and I don't know. It's like it's so like the background, the backstory behind twink is like a skinny petite teenage white boy. And I don't know, like the into no kinks part I don't get, but like that's basically what it stands for. But I'm more into like black twinks.
Gotcha. So like a white version of like Jenny Aiko type shit. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's another thing, you know, white people like Zach that I don't understand they be doing. That's Zach. But even the whole porn industry be based on like weird shit, like, ooh yeah, barely legal teen gets rammed home by her
like, I hate the
stepdad. It's like,
title.
what the fuck is up with the white
I hate
men?
the title.
Like
It's
wow,
disgusting.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh, it's teenage, got pigtails on. Shit's weird, man.
Yeah.
Zachary.
You know who I love though?
What?
And she's not white, but because you didn't ask me if I had a black crush. But I'll.
Sorry, Queen. Men are trash.
Men are trash. I love Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, that's it.
She is fine.
She at the top of the rankings for the women.
She is fine.
Yeah, she does. She is pretty. Yeah, all right. You got some other crushes besides her? Let's see what your taste in women is like. When we having trash taste?
I do actually. I don't know why I can't really think of it. Who I got a crush
You know what I just
on?
thought about today? I was having a conversation. So, Caillou, I really like Jenna Eco. Right? I think she got like I think she'd be fucking the shot of nigga. I think she got that type of energy, sex appeal or whatever. So recently, so whenever I say, oh, she got a Janae vibe, Rihanna vibe, like, oh,
Yeah.
like, we know Rihanna be fucking the shot of niggas, I
Yeah,
believe,
most
whatever.
definitely.
A newcomer to this list of mine, I believe, is Zoe Kravitz.
That's exactly
Yes.
who was on my mind, honestly.
I think Zoe be giving
Yes.
it up, like,
Yeah.
and her mom,
That's-
the original.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that.
Those are the type of females I connect with.
I can see it.
So like, I thought about her, but like, I'm not really as. She's attractive. I think I'm more so. I like her style, but like, I think I gravitate towards Janelle. But I do love, like, I love Zoe's whole thing, and that's what I think I connect with, those type of people. But I wouldn't say I really have I'm not really crushing on her.
You throwing at Janelle though.
Yeah, like.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Throwing at Janelle. You throwing at Michael B. Let me be your first black. Like, you know, friend, let me be your first.
He said he's not into black girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a difference, sir. Did you guys enjoy yourself today?
I did.
Absolutely.
Mama, I made it. I'm on. It's like,
Oh, continue. Yeah, tell her. Yeah, that's just a fact. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to do the drops in the beginning. If you listen this far, hopefully subscribe, share, all platforms, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify. I also made an album a couple months ago. Fierce and Much Art's been on the podcast before. We are live, searching all music platforms. Check out the Quiet as Kept episode. That was his production. He let me get the file. We put it on here. Quiet as Kept, very open-minded, sexual-based shit conversation, whatever. Toni also featured on that. And yeah,
Part 2, 2020.
I'm with it.
I'm with it.
And more. So yeah, RightonQuelive, talk about it. We are out.